Hello, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we are going to discuss about the top 7 places to visit in the United Kingdom in 2023. Every winter, we look ahead to the upcoming year and consider which destinations, of the many beautiful places across the world, we'll see travelers flocking to. As part of our Best Places to Go in 2023 series, we shine a spotlight on the destinations in the world, as well as the US, India, Spain and the UK that are set to have a real moment in 2023, whether thanks to splashy hotel openings, foodie awakenings or cultural moments that the whole world will be watching. Please don't forget to subscribe while watching this video. Number 1. Manchester, England. As the world's first industrial city, Manchester has always been about red brick urbanity and vocal street culture, but in 2022 something changed, it got greener. While the 154 acres of RHS Garden Bridgewater bedded in nicely outside the Salford village of Worsley, with its walled garden microclimate, more vital greenery arrived in the city centre as Castlefield Viaduct became Manchester's answer to the New York High Line, seeding cotton grass, ferns, fennel and broom along 330 metres of former Victorian rail track. And right next to Piccadilly Station, Mayfield Park, the city's first new park in a century, opened on a derelict brownfield site with meadows, trees and play areas alongside the River Medlock. So it seems apt that its latest hotel, Treehouse Hotel Manchester, is a celebration of biophilic design, with beehives in the roof gardens and living walls. The sustainability-minded Treehouse, which opens in spring near Selfridges, will also have a zero-waste restaurant, hopscotch carpets and a rooftop bar from local DJs turned restaurateurs the Unabomers. When it comes to diversity, Manchester Museum is reopening after a major revamp with galleries devoted to the city's Asian diaspora, including a South Asia gallery curated by 31 people from the area, telling stories such as the day Gandhi visited the Mills of Darwin in Lancashire. Other openings include the Fashion Gallery at Manchester Art Gallery, and the Co-op live music venue in the Nome area, along with a TBA debut by Soho House, but the most anticipated is Factory International in June, its name inspired by the city's genre-breaking record label. Set on the site of Granada Studios, this primetime cultural space will help host the Manchester International Festival and carve out its own identity with Free Your Mind, a kinetic multimedia performance based on the Matrix films, and the largest ever immersive installation from Japanese artist Yai Kusama, entitled You, Me and the Balloons. You can toast the polka-dotting artist with one of the tasting menus at Musu, a theatrical new Japanese restaurant on Bridge Street from chef patron Michael Shaw, where dining booths transform at night into cocktail club tables for floor shows. Number 2. Wales. It's been a few decades since actor Richard Burton famously described lava bread, seaweed, mixed with oats and fried in bacon fat, as the Welshman's caviar, but a Welsh foodie renaissance has taken a while to arrive. That's changing, as a new generation of chefs dig into their terroir and emerge with handfuls of truffles, scallops, and cheeses, from James Summerlin's home restaurant in Penarth to SY23 in seaside Aberystwyth, headed by Great British Menu finalist Nathan Davis. There's also been the rise of hard-to-reach destination restaurants determinedly doing their own thing, such as Onion in deepest Pembrokeshire, where Matt Powell forages most of his ingredients from the shoreline, and Gareth Ward's Anisher in the Devi Valley, which was just awarded a second Michelin star. Ward's empire will grow in 2023 with the opening of 8 Cover Gwen, named after his mother, with sourdough pizzas on the menu. The new Paternoster farm, meanwhile, set in a former Pembroke cowshed, is doing wondrous things with Port Hilly oysters, Welsh mountain lamb and sea beet, with its 5-mile feasts gathering up all sorts of local treasures. And in Cardigan, the Albion Abertavy, certainly the coolest hotel to arrive in Wales in years, is set to open its own restaurant on the riverbank, with a Scandi Japanese direction, along with a woodland onsen and spa. Wales seems to be a hub for the UK's thriving outdoor sauna scene. Snowdonia-based Heartwood Saunas handcrafts them from sustainable cedar and spruce, and will launch a new forest project this December. In Carmarthenshire, the 7-mile stretch of Pendine Sands is enjoying a revival, with Caban Hotel opening in spring alongside the Museum of Land Speed, which celebrates the many land speed records made on the beach, including one by actor Idris Elba in a Bentley Continental GT. Reducing the speed a notch, new slow travel route the Wild Drovers Way unfurls over 180 miles from the foothills of the Cambrians into the Brecon Beacons, a lovely way to appreciate some of Wales' rural highlights. Number 3. Bath, England. Who can ever be tired of Bath? Wrote Jane Austen in Northanger Abbey, and over 2 centuries on, this phrase still rings true. The Grand Regency facades, the gurgling River Avon and the intricate web of streets that lead toward the grandeur of the famed Royal Crescent, looking down over the honey-hued architecture, makes for an enchanting visit year in, year out. For 2023 though, Somerset's biggest city, and the home of many Bridgerton filming locations, has filled its calling cards with new openings of particular note. Cleveland Pools, the UK's only surviving Georgian Lido and its oldest outdoor pool, will reopen for the first time in 4 decades after a major refurb, flanked by meadows on one side and the original changing rooms on the other. 8 Holland Street, a gallery space and studio, which gets its name from its original sibling by the same name perched between Notting Hill and High Street Kensington, is taking its dedication to living among good design one step further in 2023 and launching a new 3-bedroom luxury townhouse above its public space for staycationers who want to really immerse themselves in Bath's culture scene. Elsewhere, various new restaurant openings, including the Beckford Canteen, headed up by former Fishers and Cora Pearl chef George Barson, will join a smorgasbord of much-loved eateries. Finally, offering visitors new opportunities to soak up the city's heritage of wellness, a new festival of well-being will launch in the Spa City too. Rebalance Bath, 7, the 26th of February 2023, will bring together venues, hotels, spa therapists and restaurants for 3 weeks of feel-good activities in February, from mindfulness and yoga to sound baths and foraging sessions. Number 4. Glasgow, Scotland. Music in all its forms flows through and defines Glasgow as surely as the River Clyde itself. The Celtic Connections Festival has grown to become an integral part not only of the city's music scene but of the world's music scene. In January 2023, the festival celebrates its 30th birthday. Look out, too, for talks, tie-ins and spin-off events at the same time, not least those at the splendid Kelvin Grove Museum, such as Love of Print, which runs until 12 March and celebrates 50 years of Glasgow Print Studio. Later in the year, the UCI Cycling World Championships will take place. The largest cycling event in history, they say. Impressive as that may be, the fixture is a Johnny-come-lately compared to the Scotland v England football match in September at Hampden Park to mark the 150th anniversary of the world's oldest international dispute over an inflated pigskin bladder. The Burrell Collection, one of the world's greatest single collector collections, reopened in 2022 after a very long, very expensive and, as it turned out, very successful refurbishment. The first temporary exhibition since the museum's reopening, The Burrell's Legacy, a great gift to Glasgow, will remain on show until 16 April. There's been a lot of talk in recent times about Glasgow's supercharged food and drink scene. Michelin stars seem to be shooting all over the place and AA rosettes popping up like, well, roses. The 2023 guide contains no fewer than 15 entries under a Glasgow heading, ranging from the immaculate Colebrook, Unalum, to the merely irresistible Rickshaw and Go, Gaga Kitchen. Where to stay? The Kimpton Blithswood Square is a perennial favourite, and its Scandi-inspired pop-up spa, Thor, may very well see the hotel booked solid through the winter months. With any luck, the long-anticipated Virgin Hotel will open in early 2023. If its sister property in Edinburgh is anything to go by, it should be great fun, as will the House of Gods, which promises, by Zeus, to deliver a divine thunderbolt of louche, sleepless, neon-lit, velvet-upholstered decadence. Number 5. Eastbourne, England. In the last few years, Eastbourne has brushed off its erstwhile sleepy image to emerge as the latest upcoming coastal hotspot to watch. And nothing signals the of-the-moment creative buzz here more than Towner Eastbourne, a major player on the local gallery scene. It will celebrate its centenary with Towner 100, a year of exhibitions that includes a summer show dedicated to Barbara Hepworth and, from September, the Turner Prize. It's the first time the Contemporary Art Award has been held in Sussex, so is a big deal. In January, Scandi Style Port, which turned the idea of a classic seaside stay on its head when it opened in 2021, is tapping into the trend for pop-up beach saunas by collaborating with Samphire Sauna, a wood-fired wellness experience in a converted horsebox. For the full heat and cold water therapy circuit, alternate sweating with quick dips in the sea, which can be followed up with brunch in the hotel restaurant. And, while regular visitors might be familiar with long-established events such as the annual Rothsay International Eastbourne Tennis Tournament, known as a warm-up for Wimbledon, and Airborne, a spectacular air show where the likes of the Red Arrows soar high above the seafront in a 2-mile display, there are also newer, sillier additions to the calendar too, as witnessed in the increasingly popular soapbox race. The third iteration will see competitors once again create their own homemade soapbox racing carts and take on a downhill course navigating tight corners, ramps and hay bales around the town. Number 6. Edinburgh, Scotland. Known for being home to the biggest arts festival in the world, Edinburgh is naturally a performer's paradise. But outside of the fringe, the Scottish capital consistently lures in visitors for its famously picturesque streets, world-renowned historical hotspots and ever-expanding food and drink scene. Spoiling dining is easy to come by in the city, with 3 restaurants, Condita, The Kitchen and Martin Wishart, awarded Michelin stars in 2022. But newer openings like the laid-back Palmerston, delightful restaurant/wine bar Eleanor or wonderfully cavernous New Barnes Brewery taproom all highlight the variety and quality on offer in all neighbourhoods. Elsewhere, Bonny and Wild's Scottish Marketplace in the recently opened St James Quarter celebrates both Scottish produce and independent businesses, with everything from mouth-watering burgers courtesy of El Perro Negro to artisan gelato via Joelato. London's iconic Duck and Waffle is also set to open its first Scottish restaurant in the building, while the 12-storey W Edinburgh Hotel, with its striking facade crafted from a winding steel ribbon, is due imminently on the same premises. In the heart of Edinburgh's new town, you can get a taste of Perthshire's celebrated Gleneagles Hotel thanks to the new Gleneagles Townhouse. The hotel and members club provides elegance and grandeur, with pastel-toned furnishings and modern touches offering added levels of comfort. In 2023, the Red Carnation Group are also due to open their first Scottish hotel, 100 Princes Street, with respectful renovations of the original building enhanced by Alexander McQueen-inspired interiors. In the world of art, meanwhile, 2023 looks to be a significant year in the city as the revamp of the Scottish National Gallery will officially be complete, following years of construction work. The new suite of galleries are set to include large windows and views across Princes Street Gardens, with displays made up of art from the National Galleries of Scotland's collections as well as loans from other leading arts institutions. Number 7. Kent, England. Kent has long been a holiday hotspot with its plump oysters, artistic communities and blazing Turner-esque sunsets. But the buzz around its seaside towns has now grown impressively loud, with a slew of brand new exciting openings catering for the increasing influx of curious visitors and new creative residents. As usual, Margate is leading the charge. Well worth a visit is atmospheric Parisian-style wine bar set run by the team behind Barletta, the lovely Turner Contemporary Gallery restaurant. Their garden is opening in spring 2023 and will be the go-to place come summer. But where to rest your head after one too many glasses of Beaujolais Nouveau? Until recently there's been a distinct lack of smart places to stay if you want to turn a day trip into a cheeky weekender or longer. Luckily, there's a new wave of food-focused hotels opening across the county. First came Fort Road Hotel, an elegant revival of a seafront institution with mid-mod rooms, a playful bistro headed up by an ex-River Cafe chef Daisy Cecil and a rooftop bar with views over the harbour arm. Following on, Guesthouse has snapped up another seafront stunner right on the main sands and will be opening number 42 in spring 2023 with a restaurant, spa and roof terrace. Alongside Margate, Deal has also secured must-visit status thanks to Nuno Mendes crafting the much-lauded menu at the Rose and the recent opening of Uptown, an impeccably restored 17th century farmhouse with rooms and a hyper-local farm restaurant just 15 minutes drive from the sea. For a more rural break, Boys Hall will open in a restored Jacobean manor house near Ashford. Perfect as a base to explore Kent or just to eat your way around the county at their restaurant celebrating seasonal Kentish produce. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.